this is how you work out question number 8 from the quiz review, the Unit 2 quiz review. It says use the data shown in the graph to write a quadratic regression equation. Then predict the box office revenue in 2013. Let X represent the number of years since 2000. So when it says quadratic regression, it means that it wants you to take all these points and treat them as a scatter plot, and then make a line or curve of best fit equation that will form through those. So to do that, we need to use Desmos. So let me get a side-by-side view here. And one thing to point out is that it wants me to use X to be the number of years since 2000, because a lot of graphing calculators, Desmos is probably okay, but a lot of other handheld graphing calculators may not be able to perform these calculations when you're using really, really large numbers. So if X is going to represent the number of years since 2000, then my data are, instead of 2003, I'm going to put 3 in for the X in 2003. For 2004, I'll have a 4. For 2005, 5. And 2006, 6. Then I'll enter the Y values that correspond. So in 2003, it looks like there were $25.3 million. 25.2 for 2004, 25.6. Let's see, 2006, 26.5. And then there's no information on 2007 on the graph, so I'm going to delete those lines. But I need to get a regression equation, so I'm going to type in my regression equation there, y1 with the tilde symbol, ax1 squared plus bx1 plus c. The first time I went over this was in section 2-2. So if you're having trouble figuring out where I came up with this, you might want to go back and watch the video or look at your notes from the 2-2 notes on what this is meaning right here. But then I get the parameters, and these are my coefficients. But it says I need to round to the nearest thousandth, which is 3 decimal places. So I need A, B, and C to display more than the decimal places that are going to be shown. So I'm just going to add a line for each. So I want to round A to 3 decimal places. I'll run around B to 3 decimal places. And then I want to round C, my C coefficient, to 3 decimal places. And if it just displays 2 or 1, then that's probably all of the decimal places that are there. So then I'm going to type everything in with my A, B, and C values in standard form. So instead of, and I use y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. So I'm replacing the numbers for A, B, and C here. So y equals 0.25x squared minus 1.85x plus 28.6. I'll check my answer. Correct. Part B, it says the predicted box office revenue in 2013 is something. So we have to go back to our function and figure out what x and y represent. We know that x is the number of years since 2000. So in 2013, my x value is going to be 13. Revenue is the y value. So y equals revenue. So if it's saying find the predicted revenue, they're saying what is y when x is 13? So that means I take my equation up here and I substitute in 13 for each x value. So y equals 0.25 times 13 squared minus 1.85 times 13 plus 28.6. And I can type all this in on Desmos. Let's delete this. Okay, so 0.25 times 13 squared minus 1.85 13 plus 28.6, and I get 46.8. So $46.8 million.